Hi. Big day today. Not really big. As the title suggests, I'm kinda celebrating, 7th anniversary of my first big comic. This one. All of this. All of this. All of this. That was an interesting experience, and I never really got to talk about it. Because, well, life happened. And I think it's a good opportunity to do that. So, yeah. And I will be drawing main characters. I wanted to do it traditionally, but I think I will start with digital sketch, so I'll kind of figure out composition. I mean, I have an idea what I want, but I need to kind of tweak it a little bit, maybe change some stuff around. Right now I only have it in my head and it's kind of fuzzy there, so I wanted more something to reference so once I start drawing traditionally. But, well, traditional won't be today, obviously. It will take a lot of time to do. I may record it, maybe, we'll see. Like, how to say it? You may have noticed I had several, almost a month worth of streams when I was drawing traditionally, but like main problem was lighting isn't really good, so I rather draw traditionally in the morning. Like right now it's evening and like for now light is fine, but it will dim really low during the stream. So yeah, but that's kind of topic. So I will be drawing sketch for it, like figure out colors and stuff, and then use it for traditional. As for the comic itself, well, I mean, if you're watching it, you probably know about it. Not many people watch my stuff at random, only those who are familiar with Noosphere, but like, I don't think many people know about this physical stuff. It was kind of a test print, so it's not for like public consumption, I would say. It's not very ideal quality, I would say, but it's kind of nice to have a physical representation of all this 6 years of working on it. Like about 10 years before that, thinking about it, kinda on and off, and this year after it was done, it was a very special year, I would say. Very, very special. Anyway, let's start. Also, like, in several streams I said that I can't really stream while I'm sketching, but hey, I figured I might as well document this part too, because like sketching is interesting process. It's like a lot of it happens in artist's head, because mostly like it's scribbles. When you just figure out like composition and stuff, it's like you can't draw right away in detail. You need just mark the places where the objects will be. Like, you still need to figure it out mostly in your head, and it's just kind of an anchor for your thoughts. Even if you like don't have like some mental image, like visualization in your head, it's still like you need to start somewhere. You need to and well, it differs for many people. People who prefer like more painterly approach, they don't use like pencil, like I prefer to. Like this brush is just pencil. Some people like to use shapes instead of lines, and that's more painterly approach, like you just kind of do silhouettes right away. I don't really do that. It's more of a habit, I think. I tried several times. It's fun. It's just not how I used to do it. So the idea is I want characters to be somewhere kinda on a rooftop or some kind of balcony, standing like kinda there. Maybe some of them will be sitting, some of them whatever, and we'll have like the railing here, and like Jewel will be in front because, well, by now we all know who the main character is. Kind of like that, and just show some like buildings in 3-point perspective. But like I need to figure out what the hell is behind them, because like if I want to show buildings on both sides, this thing they're standing on should be some sort of like a tower maybe or something. So it's like it's kind of some small structure. And I might do fisheye perspective, maybe. I didn't draw much of it, so I don't have like ton of experience with it, but like it's kind of interesting. But like 3-point and fisheye together, it's really hard to do without references, without like some sort of like visual base. So it will be probably not very realistic. I will be going more for vibes than anything. We'll see. I had a sketch somewhere, actually. I'm not sure where though. Like, it's kind of old idea. I never got to actually draw it. Probably I was thinking about it when I was approaching like the end of the story. I wanted some sort of kind of illustration to commemorate the ending, I guess, but never got to it. Don't remember in which sketchbook I did it. I have all my sketchbooks scanned because I couldn't bring them with me, but now finding stuff kind of hard. It'll be funny if it turns out that it is in the one that I actually brought with me and it's in this stack. Probably not. Yeah, probably not. Just saw it recently. Interesting. Well, I guess I'll have to do it from from scratch. So, kind of want Jewel standing here on this whatever this is. Maybe actually I'll do it like this, some sort of tower. So it is something like that, and it has like steps around it, and maybe balcony should be bigger, and there's steps like continue. It's kinda yeah, it will be hard to draw in perspective, but maybe actually no, maybe it goes with this steps until it reaches the balcony, and then it's like kind of narrows down, and we have just see like normal ladder type of situation. And maybe a little bit smaller. That's why I prefer digital sketch for this particular task, because I can like resize stuff. In traditional, you'll have to scratch it and start like from beginning, but here it's not really needed. So there's some buildings, like there's some maybe windows here, there's another building here, maybe with some more interesting shapes. I don't know, nothing interesting here. Anyway, so there's like roof here, maybe some railing about it, like some structure here, maybe some vents or something like that. Maybe some air conditioner here, something there. I don't want to draw these streets. Kind of want just it to be like the mess of buildings. That's the thing oh, by the way, slide is kind of right now slide kind of matches the idea. That's the thing that I didn't get to do a lot in the comic. All this like industrial stuff, all this like buildings and all the, I don't know, cords, pipes, all of that stuff. Like I put it here and there, but well, when you make a comic with on kind of regular schedule, you don't always have time to go for detailed backgrounds, and you kind of need to find the a bit of a compromise in how detailed you can make your backgrounds. As you can see, like right now, slide also, it's like today all slides from the comic or like illustration for the comic. And even here, like the buildings, I just use rectangles to kind of indicate that they're there. I'm not sure I even had like, I had some of it, like some detailed, not too detailed, but some of it, just to indicate, like here, for example, where ER looks through the door and he sees like all that. It took me a while, but about the time I switched from Photoshop to Clip Studio, it had, I mean, it still has a perspective ruler, unlike Photoshop back then, at least my version of Photoshop that I had back then. I don't know how is it, if it has it or not, but like with perspective rulers, it's way easier to do this stuff. What else? I had some backgrounds, but I mostly went for more abstract stuff. Like here, like we see there are buildings, but like don't really detail them. That's a spoiler. Like some of it is like really like this. It has some industrial elements, all this like walls, fences, all that stuff. But again, not very detailed because no time, not enough layers to do this properly. So I mostly went for like more abstract. Like here also this outdoor scene is just road and some buildings just indicated. So, and it's kind of sad. I'd like to do more with like there's another, like there, like some buildings there, but not much. I sadly, comic kind of doesn't allow to spend a lot of time on backgrounds. Like this one I liked a lot, this bridge. That again, it's very simple, nothing detailed. I kind of want to go a little bit more into detail here in this illustration, just to like compensate, I guess. So maybe some other building here. Again, they're kind of boring though, just rectangles. I want more interesting shape. On the other hand, well, this comics story happens in Russia, and like Russian mass architecture isn't really that far from just rectangles. So it kind of fits, but I don't know, I kind of want more variety here. Maybe a little bit more something. But again, it will be kind of hard to do in this type of perspective. Do I want this part to be solid though? I don't think I do. I think I want it to be like armature stuff. I need some big eraser. Do I have like this one? Where's the music? Okay, it's just slow. It happens. Okay, so where were we? So this one, I don't want it to be solid, I want it to be an armature. So the this one probably will be solid with the steps around it, like this spiral staircase kind of situation. It'll be kind of hard to draw, but well, I'll manage. Maybe some. I should also remember not to go too much heavy on the effects, like fog or some stuff, because it will be hard to reproduce on watercolors. Probably I need to figure out how to do like lines in watercolor. Maybe, like, I don't want to go lineless. Well, first of all, the comic was kind of heavy on contours, so I kind of want to keep that, even though it will be in watercolors, so colors will change. I still want to keep the style, and it had very solid black contours, line art, so I want to preserve that. Where does step, like here, for example, steps come to here, like, maybe I want a bit stronger perspective though, like, so, well, basically I want just characters' faces to be a little bit bigger than, because if I go so small for them, well, first of all, it will be hard to draw. Again, in watercolors, it's kind of harder to go into fine details yet. For now, I guess I'm not as proficient with watercolors, so I need to keep that in mind. And, well, how... Yours probably here. Oh yeah, I am going for fisheye, so this goes smaller, so it should be like the biggest kind of, she's the center of the composition already. Maybe I'll move it a little bit so she's like right in center, which, I mean, I don't always go for this like symmetrical stuff all that much. Can't say I go for thirds all that much, like, it differs. I don't have the preference. I try to kind of keep it varied. So how do I want this? Do I want it rectangular? Yeah, I guess I want it rectangular, so it will be like, oh, maybe triangular. I guess my current comic kind of has the same, because there I try to go for all designs like more angular than just basic rectangles, and kind of shows. I guess I'm switching to that preference now. Okay, of course, my Apple Pencil decided that it's running out of steam. Let's quickly figure out where other characters are, and then I'll put it to... Oh wow. My iPad screen switched to yellow. I guess it has some timing settings or like lighting or whatever. It's like now it's in the night mode. Anyway, so how's Yar? It's probably smoking. Kinda. It's the thing, like he was smoking in the beginning of the comic, and then there was like this character development that he kind of stopped. Yeah, I guess he's smoking. I just like to draw smoke. And like, I don't know, smoke kills, you know that I don't need to add all of the descriptions. They're like... The fact that characters do that doesn't mean that whoever draws them like endorses it or anything. Like it is often kind of the opposite. Like you kind of show that your character isn't really health conscious, or like maybe into some sort of self-destruction or something. Because well, some people think that if you draw this smoking character, it means that they're cool, but not always. Often it's the opposite, actually. Like there's something wrong with them, and they like use the addiction to kind of deal with that in some way. Same with like drinking and other stuff. But for some reason, like, I guess media literacy isn't really big these days in consumer of popular culture. They think that it's endorsement. If the character does something, it means that the creator is supporting that decision, which is idiocy. It's kind of sad, like seeing all this discourse. But I mean, if you don't read like Twitter and other social media, and just kind of read books, watch movies, and don't care about what this internet drama is about, then it's all good. Like, characters can do stupid stuff, evil stuff, and it's okay. They're characters, they're not like real people. And real people also do this stuff, it's kind of realistic. Anyway, it's kind of boring. I kind of wanna maybe... No, I don't want just rectangles. It should be something more... I'm kind of blanking at the moment on how the building should look like if they're not rectangular. Like, I still want to keep like rectangular shapes. I don't want some like cylindrical appendages or whatnot. I just want shapes to be a little bit more complex than that, I guess. Something like that, maybe. And it's like, it's basically nothing, you just kind of cut out of rectangle some small part, but it's instantly kind of more interesting, I think. So we are going fisheye, so it should go up somewhat. Again, I'm kind of eyeballing it. How do I want it? Maybe something like that, maybe. No, it's repetitive. Maybe it has some slanted roof, maybe? That's interesting. But why would you cut? Actually, let me... Also, how do you do slanted roof in fisheye? Interesting. But I like the challenge sometimes. Not always. Kind of like that. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, kind of like the shape. What was it? I don't know why I did this. What was it supposed to be? I kind of... Wait, what? I think I forgot to delete something. And just kind of close. No? No, that's boring. What? I don't know. I kind of arrived to some shapes and I can decipher them. Like, what is it? What is the shape? And how it goes from there. I guess I can just slap railing on top of it and that's kind of done. I also have this urge to add solar panels on top of it. Again, it's for my current comic. Like, this one doesn't have... I mean, kind of solar panels exist, kind of, but they aren't like very efficient. Because then it's like the story happens in 2012, so like they already have mobile phones, but they aren't as powerful as like our current ones, and like so solar kind of existed forever, but it's really evolved lately. But like this one doesn't have solar. I mean, it's Russia. How Russia can have solar? We don't have sun there, which is kind of sad. I think a lot of stuff would be different in Russia if it had a little bit of sun there. People won't be as depressed and angry all the time. But well, it's another topic for another discussion. So maybe there's some, of course, there's some railings. I always put railings on top of buildings. First of all, it's like for safety reasons and it looks good. So this is also kind of obscured. On the other hand, like, they never been, like, the characters never been in this location. There was never something like that location in the comic. So, like, why are they here? So it's some chords, maybe because I like them, maybe there's some other... Kinda wanna put the well in there, in the background, because I always put the well in the background somewhere lately. Like, once the well was kinda revealed, somewhat in the third book, I started to put it. I mean, it was there before. No, you know what? From this perspective, it won't be there. Because we are looking kinda from top down, so the well will be way higher. It's like the highest point of the city. We won't see it from here, which is good. It's kinda boring to put the well everywhere. It's, by the way, it's like here. There it is. Oh, there's cement here. By the way, I never showed this illustration. I guess I did it specifically for the cover, and I mean, it's on the this stream thumbnail, so you can enjoy it there. It was fun to draw this. I used some 3D elements for background, like this again, talking about the print not being great, like it's too dark. Like it's better on camera, by the way, for some reason. Like I'm looking at it just with my eyeballs, and I barely can see the ladder here. But like on the camera, for some reason, it's better. So yeah, Kostya is sitting on the camera. They're kind of on the bridge. Can I? Probably can show it in the full version of it. No, I can't. Can I? Like this? Yeah. So it's the same bridge, and there's like Simeon there standing, and there's the well, and yeah. Down here there's some... I'm not sure if it's visible, like it's supposed to be like the train track, like rails, and the fence, because there's a lot of fences all around. I didn't include the all the signboards, like where is it? It was here somewhere, like this one, for example. Like it is in several places around the... Like we have this similar stuff here on the train, like can you see it? Yeah, it's like there on the background, and there's also the map there, and it was also on the here on the train station. So yeah, I put it in a lot of places, like it was also in the 9th chapter, like it's just some announcement from Noosphere that like world building stuff, I guess. It's barely readable. I don't think there is any single frame where you can read the whole thing, but like if you're interested, you can just flip through the webcomic on like site on and maybe read it. It's nothing important. Just kind of like that stuff. But I didn't think it will be appropriate to put it on the cover, because like I don't want any extra text on the cover. Anyway, so yeah, I used 3D for like the bridge, and just for some shadows, like which parts will be lit, which won't be, and like background is hand drawn, and characters also drawn. So I kind of combined 3D. Also 3D, like I modeled it myself, I textured it myself, I like lit and rendered all of it. It's like from zero. So the same way I used 3D in like 11th chapter and like 12th one. Should I show any of that? It's like heavy spoilers, but I guess... I mean, it's in Russian, like. So, like this, all of this sequence with staircase, like it's barely visible here, but like it was very handy to have just a model and rotate it around to get the shots, and the whole 12th chapter in the same room, so the background there was like really easy to do. And also it's like super spoiler, and I can't show anything there, I guess. Yeah, that like 12th chapter is like mega spoiler, it's like the ending, so yeah. Anyway, where I was going with that. I don't know. Funny how I'm kinda talking about comic, but I also don't. This is very unstructured. That's basically how I was since I finished it. So I finished it in like last January. At the end of January, I was absolutely like drained by the time I finished the last page, and like I it was just blank brain. I didn't know how to feel about it. Like I was drawing for 6 years and then it's done, and I don't feel anything because I'm just so exhausted. I mean, granted, by that time I was like after second shot of COVID vaccine, and I had like severe side effects. I was not feeling well, and like I just didn't have like a capacity to feel anything emotionally. And then I got like real COVID after both shots, which was funny, and I don't know, does it kind of reflect the quality of the vaccine? I don't know, probably. And yeah, and I was like sick for like about a month, like really, really sick, and didn't have neither time nor capacity to process the fact that I finished this. Like this was my big thing that like I needed to finish at least some big project, and I did, and I fell sick like right after, and while I was sick the war started. So you can imagine I didn't have the time to process the fact that I finished the comic, because it feels really like small and insignificant now compared to all the like real life stuff. And also I need to do something with my camera, I think, because as I said, it really got dark, and now it's very noisy now. Can I do something with it on the fly, like without shutting it down? Let me check. No, it's worse. It's way worse. Well, I don't know. I don't want to restart it. Or do I? Let me maybe. Can I do it without ruining the stream? Like. No, nothing changed. Oh well. I guess sorry for the noise. I don't want to restart the stream. It will kinda ruin the link and all that stuff. Anyway, so yeah. Usually when I see like other comic creators finishing like their big projects, they kinda do something about it, like some maybe closing words or maybe some video about it or something, but I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it still. Like, yeah, I finished it. Yeah, it was an interesting experience. Yeah, it took a lot of my time and like energy and health, I guess. and now it's done, and some stuff there I probably would have done differently now. Like, I would really like to focus on backgrounds more, actually. Like, I don't feel, I mean, it does, I think, convey the feel of the location, but not to the extent that I wanted to. But again, like, it took me 6 years. If I went like really hard on backgrounds, it would took me another 6. And it's like, it's not a long book, it's like 300 pages, a little bit less. I mean, with some additional stuff, with bonus content, it's more, but like, the main thing is like 292, 94, something like that. But I don't know. I mean, it's kind of, it was I had 3 like main ideas of what I wanted to like draw and tell what story. And this one was like the one that I considered the easiest to do, because like it's in more or less real life setting, even though with some supernatural elements. So all the design of background and stuff would be easier. Which, by the way, right now I'm drawing the comic that isn't like in our real world setting, and I have to design everything, and I wouldn't say was that harder, but again, I have more experience now, so maybe it kind of helped. And by that time, this was supposed to be like the shortest story in terms of like just the amount of pages. I thought I'll be done with it in 2 years. Obviously didn't happen, but it's like it's normal. Same with my current stuff, which is also the one I consider easiest and shortest among other stuff. And it's already kind of growing more than I expected it to be in terms of like page amount. So it will also take me more time than I expected. And it's kind of, I don't know, it's, if I only look at it as a kind of a stepping stone, like just a project to develop my skills and just get faster, it really doesn't work like that, I think. It just kind of exhausts me, I guess. Like, I don't think, I mean, yeah, I'm kind of faster in some cases, but I'm also like now in worse health than I was, so kind of feels like I wasted time on it. While I was like in better shape, I could have been doing more complex stuff, because now it will take more time. But I don't know. Well, first of all, I couldn't have known that COVID would happen and all of its effects and how bad it is, how bad it will be. and the rest of the stuff I also didn't expect. Nobody expected that. So, I guess. And I think choosing the easier and faster stuff for like for a project to begin with is kind of good thing still, because like you gain skills from that. Ideally you would also gain audience, but like didn't happen to me. But well, I'm bad at marketing and also this story is kind of maybe not very marketable. It's a lot of like, I like this stuff, it's but it's not very flashy, it doesn't have like much action, and not for mass market, I think. And as the hunter, it's kind of I think it will be easier because it's more kind of easier to understand. It's more action, more like some magic happening, and so it will be just more interesting for more people, I think. Noosphere was like, it was kind of personal in some ways, so it was I guess I'm not really ready to talk about it still. Yeah, there's some like emotional stuff I wanted to explore there. Mostly Abyss. I mean, I'm still like Hunter, still I'm going with the same premise for monsters. I'm still not done with it, with like Abyss and what it represents and what it does and like how it, what it does to people, and I'm still like on that topic still. So, but I guess Noosphere was like kind of a good start for that. It didn't go too much on monsters, like that's also one thing that I kind of maybe would have done differently if I was drawing Noosphere now. Maybe focused a little bit more on creatures than I did. Kind of wanted I guess it's also the main reason that I wanted to do it faster, so I kind of condensed the story around just main characters and their like bullshit, and the rest of it was kind of on background, kind of something to wonder about, but not really experience. I think like it was discussed, it was like we learned some about it, but not much, and it wasn't the main focus of the story. It's kind of something to think about. And like now with the Hunter, I'm going more for the monsters, even though they changed a little bit. Like creatures in Noosphere were more of kind of people who aren't really in control of the stuff. And in Hunter, even though their powers are kinda same-ish, like shadows can do more, a little bit more. Like they're more in control, they're more like skilled, they're kinda evolved, I would say. So, and like Abyss, its origin is it won't be discussed in the Hunter at all, and it won't be like kind of disclosed if it's related to Noosphere or not. But like the kind of concept is kind of the same, but its origin isn't clear there. And maybe it will. I don't think. I mean, I know it, but it like inside the like the story, the world, nobody knows. It's just kind of there, and I don't think I will add any explanation to it. And I think it's kind of sometimes it's okay when you don't explain your miracles and your wonders and stuff, because it makes it more interesting. Like currently there is like a lot of focus on explaining everything in media, and sometimes it kind of turns really wondrous ideas into some mundane stuff. I think like human imagination can come up with more interesting ideas on its own without explanation. It's kind of when you explain how things where they came from and how some wonders were created, you kind of rob all the other possibilities. Like just kind of choose one, and it whatever it is, even if it's the smartest like in the world, that nobody can come up with anything smarter, it still will feel more mundane than just not knowing, I think. Then again, some people prefer when everything is explained, and when it's not, they kind of call it a plot hole or something, but I think it's simplification or laziness often. Like not having explanation for some stuff, I think it's well, some people consider it's just for the sequel or something. Sometimes it is, yes. Sometimes people use it exactly for that, but sometimes it's just left for your imagination. I tend to draw Kinin always like on the side and looking away for obvious reasons with what happens to her in the comic, but I kind of have this tendency every time I draw illustration for it, like Kinin is always like looking away somewhere. Like I don't know if you can see like this is like original cover, Kinin looks away. This is like final cover, Kinin is in the shadow and looks away. And this was original drawing when the first group shot of this character, so back in 2012, I think. And she's also like in the back and looks away. It's like, I just always draw her like that. Where should I put Kostya though? Kinda didn't leave space for him like compositionally, so I might maybe move Yar a little bit. Maybe. Kostya is usually sitting and reading. That's also the thing I mostly do. Like he's sitting and reading here. He's like reading here. He's reading here. It's just yeah. I mean, they're all service kind of covers, so they represent characters as they should be. So Jill is kind of well in the middle, in the front. Here she's kind of sitting on this sledge. Here she's like walking on it. And here also she's kind of trying to kind of hop over almost. And yeah, and Yar's smoking. He's smoking. No, here, by the way, here he's smoking, here he's smoking, but here he takes his glasses off, which is kind of that happened. How do I say it? So he is in the beginning of the comic. He is has his glasses and he's smoking, and there's some stuff happened to him, and he stops smoking and he loses his glasses. Here he kind of takes them off, and that's, I don't know. It's not a spoiler, I guess. Like it was drawn like 7 years ago almost. It was in the first book, and like it was when I was drawing it in like in autumn, I think, of 2016. So yeah, almost 6 years. Like there was in the yeah, I guess I'll just spoil it. You probably read it already anyway. Here, I mean. Here Jewel points out that like your glasses aren't for vision, they don't have any like diopter in the lenses, so like why you use them. And it kind of she figures out that he tries to cover his face because of like discoloration of it, and like he kind of conscious about it, and thinks that glasses will kind of distract from it, which they kind of are distracting from some flaws on the people's faces, but not to that extent. But so she kind of points out you're just trying to hide, and it's not working. Why do you do that? And like he takes them off for most of the like here. So he meets Claudius in them, then he takes them off while he's talking to him. Kinda gets more open, I guess, about it. Then like stuff happened. He's still without glasses. They meet creatures for the first time, almost die, and like have some conflict with them. And like when he tries to put the glasses back on to kind of leave the situation, he gets them just broken by the main creature, Siegfried, whom we see later. Then, I mean, I'm already spoiling, so I guess. So yeah, and he doesn't have glasses anymore. And fun fact, by the way, the Julia's glasses in the end, it's the same frame. Like she, well, this one is spoiler of spoilers. It's the ending, but like I didn't want to mention it in the story because, well, it doesn't matter all that much, but she recovered his frame and uses the same frame for her. Like that's why we see like what I just showed, like she puts his glasses on her. That's like kind of foreshadowing that she'll be wearing them later on. And in the interlude, which, yeah, that's the problem with this print, since I didn't have a chance to test how it will look like. That was one spread that I knew I will have problems with. I even kind of tweaked a little bit to get the chance to have better. So yeah, basically that's the reason why you don't put faces in the middle of the spread, because if you're printing in like block, it won't work. Like, it is impossible to aim your picture the way that the face will come in the good shape after this type of printing, like, unless it is the thread binding, and it's not in, it's like it should be like in the very middle of the block, the binded thread or binded block. You know what I mean. So it should be just one piece of paper folded. Otherwise, it's impossible to aim properly. And well, it was a risk. I took it, and well, it didn't pay off. So this very important spread where we see Julia in that glasses, and then in the same chapter we see young Julia in the same glasses, which is like foreshadowing and stuff. And yeah, it didn't print well, but in the web version it's fine. It's I'm surprised that people didn't catch it back then. But again, it was just beginning, like nobody by that time, it was like third chapter, nobody knew where it's going. So, but some people, I think by the maybe closer to the end of the second book, after Semyon encounter, some people I think figured out that it's Julia. But yeah, that's the same glasses. It was very fun. Like, and I was back when I was drawing it, I was thinking, will this just spoil the whole thing, because people will see these two frames, one like in the interlude with the glasses, and then in the chapter when she's her younger self in the same glasses. Like, will people figure out that it's her? But like, nope. They didn't. So, should I put Kostya maybe here somewhere? And he is, of course, reading, because he's always reading. I don't know. Also, Kostya maybe wouldn't go this high. Maybe he's more careful than the others, but maybe he would be. Maybe he would. They kinda like to go in strange places, as we can see in the end. So maybe Kostya is here somewhere, but like this way he has the same pose that Kinin has, so I don't want them mirroring each other, even though they often do. But hey, Kostya is one of the survivors, unlike Kinin. Again, spoiler, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how to actually go about spoilers here, because, well, I assume whoever is watching it already read it, maybe a year ago or something. But maybe you just stumbled upon this. But I guess just read the comic, I think. Even though, like, for my in my personal opinion, there is nothing wrong with spoilers if the story isn't built around, if it isn't just rely on cheap surprise factor. If it's something deeper than knowing where it's going, I think it's more satisfactory, I think. That's why some things, like, some things you just can't rewatch because it's instantly boring when you know where it's going, and there is no depth, no foreshadowing, no like small details that point you in this certain direction. But some things become better on the second watch and later. Like, I don't know, I always mention this example, I guess, Babylon 5. Really slow burn in the beginning. Like, it gets rolling really slowly. But the amount of foreshadowing in there is insane. Like, second watch is so much better than the first one, even though the first one is really exciting. And like, knowing where this is going makes it so much better, and I prefer stories like that. Unlike, I don't know, let's say Mandalorian. Cool, fun, exciting and stuff. I can't rewatch it. It's boring. It's just boring on the second watch. I mean, right now on the third season, it's boring right away. It's just nothing happens there at this point. It's kinda sad. Like, I prefer stuff when you see this tiny details like pointing you in some direction, like all these clues and these little hints, and I mean, it's more engaging, obviously, when the story is constructed in the way when a reader or spectator is given the tools to figure out some things, and especially if they aren't spelled out loud, but you kind of get it. And it's more satisfying, it's more engaging, it's kind of more involved, I guess. It's that's also why, like, video games are often more engaging in their story than books, for example, because, like, you do that, you kind of you participate in the experience, and when you figure out clues in the text or in the, like, the show or in the movie or in whatever, when you just get little clues and you have your theories and they come to fruition and, like, they are turn out to be correct, and it's a satisfying experience. And when creators, like, again, usual example, Game of Thrones, when, like, people figured out, let's change it, even though it's, like, absolutely idiotic decision, and, like, just to surprise people. If you rely on surprise too much, you just end up with stupid stuff, I think, and that's not great. Yeah, probably I don't want Kenyan leaning there, or Kostya. No, I kind of like her pose here. I don't like Kostya here, I think. Maybe he shouldn't be reading for once, maybe, but, like, he wouldn't be excited to be this high up. He's probably will be kinda, guys, maybe we should kinda, maybe we should go maybe a little bit lower. But I also don't want him to be like, or maybe, you know what? Maybe he is going down. Because he left. He's the only one who left. I mean, Jewel left off, but, like, no, Jewel didn't. Julia did. Jewel didn't leave. She didn't have option to leave. So maybe there is, like, how do I? Maybe I move it a little bit higher, so Kostya is more visible. So this is the middle, right? So maybe, yeah, I think it's a good idea, actually. Like, Kostya is the only one who was able to leave all that behind and, like, live normal life. Like, Jewel's life wasn't normal after that. Like, there was anything but, even when she left with Sphinx's help. Spoiler, I guess. I'm already spoiled the whole thing, so whatever. So the ladder goes like this, and like we see Kostya here just kinda pissing off. But it kinda looks like maybe like Semyon on this on the back of the book. He's kinda leaving. But Semyon didn't leave, so I mean he left, but then he returned that he should have. Yeah, Semyon. It's funny how Simon's story was. I had the idea for Simon's story way before like the rest of this stuff. I mean, the whole setting is a combination of several different ideas I had, but like they weren't really all that pronounced. Like Sphinx was one of the first one, I think, like really old one. Like I wanted this kind of story about an artificial intelligence and people looking for it, and like kind of like you know, this beginning of the Matrix when Neo like sleeps behind this computer and searching for stuff, like that sort of vibes. Not exactly, and not with the same result obviously, but like the atmosphere, I guess, just searching for something greater. But like I didn't have an idea for like Kostya's character necessarily. It's more vague, like maybe some collective or something. But Sphinx, yeah. Also, one of the early ones was Claudius and the creatures, but they weren't creatures back then. They were more like monster type of situation, like something like shapeshifter stuff. I mean, they are kind of shapeshifters, but like they are more abstract now. And like kind of Claudius and his church were also one of the like early concepts. Also like Siegfried was there, and he's like he had originally his own storyline, and it was more of would have been an interesting idea for, I don't know, like some board game, I think, like not D&D, but like similar stuff. So like Siegfried was like the leader of these like monsters and trying to keep them in check, and well, basically that's what he is in Noosphere. And Semyon and his ability to create passages through just any door. And like funny how there was at some point some movie with how was it called, Adjustments Bureau, I think. And like when I read the synopsis about like it involves like the doors opening and like different places, I was like, oh wow, do I get to watch Semyon's story without doing it actually? Did someone did it already? But nah, it was about very different thing. But like, I don't know. It's funny when there is some blockbuster or some like popular stuff announced that has the same kind of premise that maybe some of idea you have, and like you're like, now everybody will think that I kind of lifted it from there, but I was like sitting on it for like a decade by this point, and like why? But well, every idea was done before, and it's not about what the idea is, but how you use it, I think, and if you use it, because like so many ideas just die without being realized in some form. And like Noosphere was a way for me to kind of use some of my ideas and combine them in because none of them were developed enough to be its own story. Like Claudius wouldn't have his own story where he would be a main character. He was always like in the supporting character. And like Siegfried, same. And Simeon, well, maybe. At some point I thought I will do something about him, like with him as a main character, but I realized that he's not that strong, I guess. He's an idiot. He maybe doesn't really deserve it, I think. Like, he's not heroic, he's very like selfish and cowardly and also an idiot. And I mean, he would be probably good for Hero's Journey, because like in Hero's Journey your main character is supposed to be a fool and Simeon kind of fits it, but he's not a hero though. Anything but I think in Noosphere nobody is a hero. I mean, you can kind of argue that maybe Yar kind of becomes a hero, but not in the sense that Hero's Journey would imply. Sorry, it's kind of I'm not sure it translates well in English. It's kind of this joke about стать героем. Doesn't matter. But he kind of did it at the end. Anyway, yeah. I don't really like Hero's Journey as a concept. Like, I mean, it has its merits. It's kind of for kids. For kids, it's a good story. It kind of inspires them, I guess, to be better people. But I don't see if it's working or not. We kind of lacking good people right now in the world, I think. So yeah, Kostya is kind of really small here. I'm not sure I did it in correct perspective, but kind of, yeah. It's really top down, and he's like, we see him from like the top, and he's like, I'm not sure if we even can see his feet. But again, if I'm doing this as watercolor painting, I'm not sure I can do in these details. Can go in these details. Good thing that Kostya is wearing like darker colors, so I can kind of silhouette him without detailing him too much. Let's try color and see where it goes. It's also kind of not the habit I had for most of the time. Like, I usually don't do color sketches. Didn't do color sketches. Now I kind of do. It is acquired skill, I guess. Not I well, it differs. Sometimes I don't do, sometimes I do. It kind of helps to figure out where the light sources are, where everything is. So, what do I want as a main color here? I kind of, well, there is like a variety here. This is like yellow, very much overexposed, I think. There's like a lot of light. There is this like the foggy sky with very even light. So it's not like we have direct light, kind of frontal, but the background is also very lit. Here just normal, also kind of direct light, and this one is more dramatic and in this purple turquoise kind of palette. I really like it, but I already did it, so I don't want to kind of repeat myself. But I mean, with all the different colors in this comic, I think I did pretty much any color scheme possible. Like, all of that was zero. Like, if you look, that's all different pages. Like, I had also this turquoise pink, very interesting palette, and I like how it turns out. Like this normal blue, kinda. There's like red sky with blue city, also I think interesting. Like there's like this orange stuff, also spoilers I guess. This is just some very sterile grayish for villains, because you know villains, there's like some red gray night, which normally like first scene that where I did the night, I think. No, I didn't go for standard stuff. Like, evening was kind of standard, red and blue, but then I went to purple and violet and orange. Then it was kind of also red, purple stuff. There's like green night. So yeah, I really didn't do like even like this one. First night scene, I did this background kind of picture on the gutters. It's in blue, but the night itself is kind of orange green. So I don't know. There's like this lilac. Yeah, there's a lot of very interesting color palettes in there, and feels like I kind of did all of that already. So I don't know, maybe I should go for some more standard stuff at this point. Some blue maybe. Like blue shadows, that will be a rare occasion for me. I find it boring, so I don't usually do that. But again, I just started the chapter of the hunter with blue as main color, but there is limited palette there, so it's kind of different. Oh, I wanted blue. Nah, it's boring. I don't even want this gray. Maybe I'll play with it and see where I can colorize it, of course. Like in Photoshop I can colorize this stuff, but like not in not on Procreate, sadly. So I just slapped another layer in color mode, so it kind of tints whatever is under it, and under it was gray. And I'm gonna play with it. I want to make it purple again. Like I don't know, it's kind of. I just like the. I like purple shadows. I have like a ton of pictures with purple shadows, like some portraits mostly. But I just like purple shadows. They are more interesting than blue ones. And well, if it's purple, then the light must be golden orange because well, they're complementary. And also they look nice together. Like I use complementary as a term because it's like what it is technically called, but it's not like I'm looking at the color wheel and search for like opposite. Like nah, I just know that gold and purple look nice together, and that's why I use it. So on the top it's even. Actually no, it's I'm going for the sunset again. I don't know, I kinda have a tendency to draw stuff in sunset. I like it. I even have the comic about it. It is called Sunset. Read it. It's this same in the same place that like Noosphere. Yeah, I just prefer. I mean, it's kind of boring in a sense when you draw like stuff the same way. Like, where does it stop being your style? It becomes just repetition and doing the same thing over and over again. Like, there is very thin line behind this, between these two instances. Like, how can you tell if you're just being repetitive or if you're being consistent? Like, what's the difference between these two? No one can tell. That's a rhetorical question. You can't really know what it is. Do I like it? Nah, I don't know. Not really. So this will be Jewel. I will not open their palette because I'm not aiming for their exact colors. I just kinda wanna do color sketch. So like that's her. Jewel has very obnoxious color palettes, like very colorful and very specific, I would say. Where it's like her color palette is the main reason why a lot of people say that like my comic is kinda anime style, which is not it. That's not how you call that. But like just the fact that it has this very bright character in there, very bright colors, kinda makes people think this way. I mean, I was about to say that I don't mind, but I actually kinda do, because it's not that at all. It's kinda the fact that the character tries to imitate the style doesn't mean the comic does. The same as if a character does something doesn't mean the author creator condones it. Like, there is this very distinct and obvious line between these two facts, and a lot of people don't see it for some reason. Like, child going for bright colors because it's a child is not the same as the creator of that character is trying to draw anime. Even though, yeah, it's kind of cartoonish style with all this line art and coloring, but I guess it's just question of terminology. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how can I draw this in watercolors. Had like for a second I forgot what Kenyon's main colors are. That's kind of sad. Like, at some point I will forget it. Like, I used to remembered very distinctly like what each character's colors are, but right now I kinda losing it slowly, but it's fine. I mean, I'm switching to another character that I have to draw like a gazillion times over and over again and get used to his face after I spent like 6 years getting used to their faces. Didn't work with like most of them. Like for Jewel, I kind of have vague idea how her face should look like. Eye shape is the only thing that I figured out like completely by pretty much the end of it. Gar's face was pretty kinda figured out. He's probably the only one whom I can recognize when I draw him. Like, if I drew him and I see that it doesn't look like him, I can tell. With others, not so much. They mostly rely on their just character design and not like face features. Again, that's kind of nothing wrong with that. The main, not the main, but like one of the goals of distinct character design to make make your characters more recognizable. If like you have like stuff like same face syndrome or the opposite of it, which I have, like none of the faces look similar at all. I don't know. I mean, some people claim that I draw noses the same way, but like simplified, yes, somewhat to an extent. Not for every character though. But like detailed, they're absolutely different, and I don't know what they are talking about. That's a lie. That is not truth. Right now I'm colorizing the sketch just to get the feel of this structure they're standing on, because it will be black, obviously. Like, I prefer all this industrial structure to be black. They just read better this way. And I kinda don't like necessarily when in real life all these structures are colored some pretty color. Like, for example, the power line supports when they're colored in like blue or something. I'm like, why? They're so beautiful when they're black and rusty. They're just more perfection. Why do you color that? Or like when they're colored white, it's just nah. Why? So bad when it's white. Like, they should be black. Like, all the armature constructions should be black. That's my that's the hill I'm dying for. On. However stupid it is, like, no, they should be black. All the cords, all this infrastructure stuff should be black. I mean, you can argue that maybe not every concrete structure should be gray, but I don't know, I kinda like it gray. It is depressing, yes, but I don't know, maybe it's like a Stockholm syndrome. Growing up in a place where everything is gray concrete and black armature and concrete walls and fences and barbed wire and all that stuff. I kinda like it now. It feels like home. Ah, okay. Let's not go there. And I mean literally, let's not go there. I don't want to go there. So, how do I want my... do I want the sky showing there? Probably not. Maybe a little. Again, how will I draw this? How is it possible to draw in watercolors? I don't know. I have no idea. Will I draw it in watercolors? At this point, I'm not sure. Let's say it's kinda shows there, maybe. And they have like they have this like light on them, like and shadow. Do I want to multiply? No, I will just go on normal, like a normal person. So this in the shadow. Again, I think I'm using the same shadow that I always do, like from this. Like, I have so many illustrations with this exact light source. I like it this way. It's like, again, as I said before, where's this line between something being your style and your preference and just being repetitive and unoriginal? Nobody knows. Somewhere, guess. Maybe not down there, maybe like here, but then it's kind of vanishes because it's behind this building. Again, right now I'm going on the add layer mod, and something you can't recreate in traditional. I mean, you just need to know the color and should pick the correct tone and correct value and stuff, and just go the right color right away, because you can't like paint over it. I mean, with acrylic you can, with like oil you can, but I'm not gonna use them. I'm gonna use watercolors, so it kinda makes it a little bit difficult. I kinda like it. But again, it's like a sketch. Should I just do digital? Nah, I want traditional. I need to learn watercolors for my next project after the Hunter. Like, I think I sometimes think maybe I should do some other stuff after the Hunter, or maybe in parallel the Hunter, but the longer I wait, the lower the chances that I will be able to actually do what I'm putting off all this time. All this watercolor story. Like, if I don't do it in like 10 years, then I won't do it at all, because I'll be dead by now, by then. And that would mean that I'll never do that, and that's kind of sad. I'd rather do it. Maybe doing it poorly is better than not doing it at all. I'm not sure. That's questionable. Like, I kind of did Noosphere worse than I'd like. I think it's still fine, but like, it's no masterpiece. But I wasn't aiming for masterpiece, so maybe it's okay. I don't know. I still like it. It's like yeah, it's kind of rough in some places, but I still like it. It did kind of its theme. Maybe I should have some reflection from this building onto this building, and from this one onto like this one, maybe a little bit, like, kinda. Again, how will I draw this in watercolors? I have no idea. Maybe I should do it digitally. Again, doing it digitally, yeah, I can do it digitally, like, it's not a problem. Doing it with watercolors will be a challenge. It will be something interesting. Something fun. Why is it so, yeah, so like, also kind of don't want boring compositions here, and right now it's not very interesting. I think maybe we should stand like this, kind of like this, then like here's, well, it's his like usual pose, not like super usual. He was mostly like this in like concept art. That no, not here. Similar, but not exact. Like, the amount of sketches I was doing back when I was kind of preparing this stuff is a lot, but most of them really ugly. because like I was going for vibes, I wasn't going for like anatomy. But it kind of helped me figure out some stuff for this characters. Like I don't want focus on Kinin's butt, but I think it's kind of inevitable at this point. I mean, she has a beautiful butt, nothing wrong with that, but like I don't want to objectify her. That's what. Like I'm okay with objectifying Yara and like maybe some other male characters, but not like female characters. Call it what you will. I mean, the world has enough of objectified female characters to add more to it. And there's this Kostya going just down the ladder. And maybe he's like holding onto the pillar in the middle because he's very, very cautious person, unlike these three idiots. Kinda like it, yeah. Again, I should make this more detailed, all this like background buildings. But if I make them too detailed, then they will grab attention from main characters. But I will end up with the same, not problem, but the same situation as was in the comic. I didn't want to spend too much time on backgrounds and grab too much attention from the characters, so backgrounds are really kind of simplified here, and if I go for simplified backgrounds here, I will end up with the same thing, and just why bother then? I don't know. But yeah, I'm kinda fine with that. I think it's a nice sketch. I don't think I will be detailing it further. Probably not. Probably I'll just go for traditional drawing right away. I mean, not now, but like once I get to it. Like though I'm not sure about background, honestly. Like this feels like a lot of just, it's kind of suffocating with all these buildings. Maybe I should lower them, actually. Like these parts just should be maybe. Okay, I'm going to merge everything. That's good thing about why. Okay, that kind of killed some of the stuff. So merge this. It's fine. Merge this. Why? I see. Yeah, because it's transparent underneath. Okay, it kind of ruins the layer that is on edge, because there is no solid solid layer under it. So now it should be fine. Come on. Yeah. Is it? Yeah, it is. Cool. Now I can merge it. Yeah. And now I can kind of play with it. Like this part. I think I want cut. Paste. And kind of move around, maybe like make it lower. Yeah, I will remove this chords because I don't want like Kinin's head to. Oh, maybe actually, yeah, I kind of like it this way. Again, symbolism, I guess. because it kind of separates her from everybody else. But do I want? No, it is fine, but I don't want it here. I'll just blend it. It doesn't blend. Yeah, okay, that's the wrong brush. I have several, like, yeah, not like how it blends. Yeah, whatever. Guess I'll just have to paint over it, which is also fine. No, not this color. This one maybe. Not this. Okay. Nope. This one. And there's some orange here. Whatever. So what now? Back to our sketching. So there's maybe some other building here, maybe also with like this slanted roof. I don't really use slanted roofs in this comic, but whatever. Maybe some other building here. Just no, I don't like it. Here somewhere like this, and there's a sky here. It's just kind of suffocating when you don't have sun, even though we kind of look from the top angle, but well, I kind of want to maybe open it up a little bit. I think it's better this way. Which layer I'm on? Not that. So we have this in the orange. Let's run kind of like this. Not all of it, of course. Maybe I'll add some clouds. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, no. There is a problem with it. When I try to draw this dramatic sunset, sky stuff, it really didn't look good. So, I mean, it will be an interesting exercise, but I'm not sure I'm ready to like commit it to illustration with this stuff in background. But if I will be able to pull it off, it will look amazing, first of all, and it will be a good practice. And like I probably should stop worrying about wasting paper. I think I can buy more paper. It's not a big deal. I mean, it's kind of expensive, but like one piece of paper won't like drive me to bankruptcy, I hope. So it's fine to ruin some stuff. It's not the end of the world. I need to kind of get out of this mentality when you can't really experiment because you don't have resources to do so. I mean, yeah, they're kind of limited. Yeah, it's better not to just waste it on some not good stuff, but I think learning to, like, if you want to learn to draw, you need to go for it, I think. But it's easier in digital, obviously, because you're not ruining everything. You're just wasting electricity, I guess. You'll be wasting it anyway, just watching TV or some stuff. So it's okay. I think we need some antennas here, because it's always a good thing just to throw a few antennas around, and like here also some cords here and there, and that's better. I think it is better now. Like, it was too closed off, and now it's kind of... This one also, this building, I think I will move around. It's also too kind of domineering, how do you call it anyway? I will cut it out. Cut and put it in here. That's why digital sketching is so good. even if used for to do traditional stuff later, it just allows to experiment more, because like in traditional I would have scrapped it all and start over because, well, have to, but here I can just move things around and like that's like the good use of technology, even for those who prefer traditional drawing. Like this won't hurt anybody, and like it's kind of it's kind of nice to be able to experiment a little bit before going for it, before committing. But for the same reason, it's better to do a sketch before going straight to illustration. Do this like practice runs. I used to kind of not understand why would you want to draw the same thing several times in a row, but like once you go for more complex stuff, it's kind of inevitable, I guess. No, maybe I just not as good at drawing now. Not as bold, I would say. Like previously I would just go for it. Just, let's try it. I'll do something. Even if it's not like amazing, it will be somewhat fine. But now, I don't know. But I wasn't drawing traditionally all that much. Like seriously, like I was mostly sketching. And now I kind of wanna improve to some serious level. We'll see how it goes though. And like also it might be a reasonable question, like why develop one skill and then switch to the other? Why don't like perfect the one you have? Why just jump around and not perfect in anything, just be amateur all the time in all the things? But it's, I don't know, it's more interesting, I think. I like acquiring skills, not perfecting them. Perfecting a skill is like boring. Starting something new is fun. And well, having a lot of different skills is kinda can lead to some interesting combinations. When you focus on one thing, you don't see like the whole picture, I guess. If you like a good artist but don't know anything about design, your like lettering, for example, will be not great. Your like promo materials won't be great. Your covers will kind of suffer from it. And it's good to know different stuff from different areas. Like drawing digitally, I mean, I can use the same color theory for traditional. It's already acquired skills that I can reuse in different fields. So I think it's interesting. Same like with the comics, return to Noosphere. Like I was drawing it like fully digitally with like normal standard steps. Like I think I released a video recently about it, like how like you do like your sketch and your line art and you like flats and stuff. And like my current comic isn't exactly that. It's not full color, it's limited palette, and it has a more painterly approach to it. So it's like really different, but I still use some skills that I acquired with my first comic, even though the second is different. I could have gone for the same, style, just to keep, I don't know, the audience, I guess, who likes that stuff. But I just don't find it interesting to do the same things over and over. Like by the end of Noosphere, I was really like tired of it, I guess, just for repetition. And 3D backgrounds kind of spice things up and also sped things up a little bit sometimes. Like making the model for background, it's very time consuming, and if like you use it in one shot and then never, then it's not very fast. But if you like your whole chapter happens in one room, then yeah, you saved a lot of time. But also it's variety, it makes things more interesting. I think it's like it's less boring to do stuff differently. So like once I'm done with the hunter that is still digital and with limited palette, I will switch to watercolors, and it won't even be the comic, it will be more like illustrated prose, like heavily illustrated. Every page will be illustrated, like everything, like. So it's kind of a mix of comic and literature. And like after that I want to do full 3D maybe, but it's really far away. I probably won't be alive by then, but we'll see. So yeah, I'm kind of happy with this composition. I will try to do it traditionally in watercolors, maybe in some gouache, we'll see. I do not know how it will turn out. Probably bad, because, well, it's a lot of light effects, and I went again for this, my favorite color palette that probably won't look good on paper. I'm not sure. I don't know how to mix this stuff. Like, I don't even have golden yellow. All my yellows are kinda have lemon yellow gouache, but other than that, most of my yellows kinda more greenish than this, whatever this is. So I don't know if I will be able to draw this. Like purple, I also don't have purple. I'll have to mix it, and yeah, it will be fun, I think. Like I don't want to do it in like blue and red or blue and whatever. Like I don't like blue shadows, even though I did it on several occasions. Like several chapters had blue shadows. Like some of my illustrations have blue shadows, and like it's not that it's bad. It's kind of standard. Like a lot of people do blue shadows, and it's boring, I think. So yeah, that's a sketch. We'll see how it turns out. Next stream will be the hunter, most likely. We'll see. Hopefully coloring, because just coloring on stream is easier. I think backgrounds especially, because I kinda slow on backgrounds. They bore me. I lose concentration. I just get distracted easily. But like on stream, it's easier to just go for it, even though I'm talking a lot and it's still slow. But at least I'm like committed to one thing and can get through it. Like right now, the hunter is this very interesting stage where it's kind of the same location, but with a lot of variables. We are inside the train, and we won't move for quite some time from there. Like they will move on the train, like to different parts of the train at some point, but like for now they're stationary. But the crowd will change, and it's like technically it's a crowd scene, even though I simplified crowds, it's still a lot of work. And also like different backgrounds behind the window, which is also an important part for train ride, I think, and interesting just to look at. So it's kind of complicated scenes, but yeah, should be fun. And this one I'll try to record it, but I might forget. And I don't know when I'll have time to just sit down and draw this. I prefer to do drawings like in one go, not like in stages, but at this point I realize that I probably can't do in one go. That's too much stuff in here. So I'll have to like sketch in one day, like maybe ink in another, and then like start coloring. Maybe I'll ink after the fact. Maybe I'll go for colored pencils over it for detailing and stuff. We'll see. We'll keep you posted, I guess. So, and music died. That works. Okay, didn't I? Anyway, I still didn't talk much about this comic, did I? It's too much. It's like 6 years. It's a lot of stuff happened, and it was hard to do, but at least I have something to show for it, this thing, and whatever stuff is on my website, and all this picture and all of others that wouldn't fit here on the stuff and the slides, all the additional art, it was a lot of pictures just for one relatively short story, and it was fun, and it was worth spending 6 years on, I would say. And yeah, you can read it, I guess. You're smart people, you can find the link. It's not hard. So yeah, that's it. Till next Tuesday, we'll be drawing more comics then. Thanks for watching. Bye.